So what is the HubSpot Data Agent, you might be asking? At a high level, it's a tool that's designed to help you turn raw customer context into structured CRM data. So it can research, interpret, organize, and store insights back into your CRM using the context that it's available to it. That includes your CRM records, your business context, your domain knowledge, the conversations, all the relevant sources. And why I think is important here, it's not just about filling fields for the sake of it. The real value is when it helps you answer business questions. So for example, who is this contact really? What are their likely priorities or pain points? What buying role do they seem to play? What should my team do next? And how should this record be segmented or routed? So instead of leaving valuable information buried in notes or transcripts, the data agent helps you convert it into structured outputs that the team can actually work with inside HubSpot. And this is where it starts to become operationally useful rather than just interesting. And what does the data agent do? I guess this is the next thing to think about. First is smart properties. These are the properties that can be populated or updated intelligently based on the context available in HubSpot. So rather than relying entirely on someone to manually type information, the system can help maintain those fields in a more consistent way. Think about that. When we have to rely on our teams to have to go and fill in all these properties regularly, we're all really busy people. At the end of the day, these smart properties can just literally update themselves on a schedule or triggered based on specific actions. But it's about making sure that they're consistently maintained. The second is smart actions, which is triggered through workflows. And this is obviously where it becomes more operational. So it could be based on any kind of event or trigger, and HubSpot can then interpret data using the data agent and inform it to make the next appropriate steps. So lots that you can actually do from that side of things, making suggestions, updating properties, all sorts of things that could be available to you from that perspective. And the third is smart columns in the data studio. And this is where your team can bring enriched or additional data, join it together, and build special columns in your views so that you can obviously draw conclusions, have specific outputs. But in essence, it's another way of kind of leveraging a smart property, but more in like a spreadsheet kind of column kind of layout, if that makes sense. But really, really useful, I think, from a data interpretation perspective, and a really nice, pleasant sort of data flow. And this matters really because the structure is actually what makes it usable. So rather than more noise in the CRM, the aim is to have a better signal. So why does this matter in practical terms? Because for most teams, a lot of time is still being spent on manual research, manual interpretation, and manual admin. The sales teams are checking LinkedIn, reviewing call notes, reading email threads, and trying to piece together who the buyer is and what matters to them. Marketing teams need more reliable data for segmentation, targeting, and personalization. Let's face it, personalization is literally impossible if you don't have the right information in the CRM in the first place. You're going to start sending the wrong messaging to the wrong people. And then we've got service teams who need a clearer categorization, better routing, and stronger understanding of the customer's context behind the case or the inquiry. So the data agent helps to reduce some of that manual effort by taking unstructured inputs and turning them into structured CRM outputs. A good example is call transcripts. Normally, a transcript is useful, but only if someone has time to read through it, pull out what matters. The data agent, you can use that conversation data to identify pain points, qualification details, buying roles, goals, or next steps, and even write them back into the CRM in a consistent format. That creates much stronger foundation for segmentation, workflow logic, automation, and reporting. So ultimately, this matters because it helps most teams spend less time interpreting data and more times actually acting on it.